Long ago, a king ruled over a kingdom. He was a good and kind-hearted man, but not very wise. That's why he was always searching for intelligent and clever people, so that his kingdom could prosper and even conquer enemies. But his current ministers never felt useful to him. They only gave him advice and collected their salaries, yet their words lacked the strength the king truly wanted. This often left him restless. One day, troubled by these thoughts, the king decided to go for a walk in the forest with his courtiers. Perhaps nature itself would guide him toward an answer. As they returned from hunting and sightseeing, they saw a strange sight. Under a large tree sat a man, talking to himself. From afar, he looked like a madman. The king stopped and thought, either this man is insane, or he is an extraordinary genius lost in his own world. Curious, the king approached with his courtiers and began speaking with him. The man seemed half mad, but there was something magnetic in his words. The king asked gently, "Young man, are you mad, talking to yourself like this?" No one knew that this madman would one day save the entire kingdom. Smiling, the man replied, "You are mad, and so are your courtiers. I am perfectly fine. I only wish that this forest be cut down to build grand palaces, and I become the king of them." His confidence and boldness shocked the king and his men. Such words could only come from either a fool or a brave and extraordinary mind. The courtiers, however, whispered among themselves. Some feared that if this man became the king's advisor, their own importance would shrink. Others dismissed him as more than half crazy. In the end, they suggested to the king, "Take him along. If he proves useful, good. If he really is mad, we can always get rid of him later." The king agreed and persuaded the man to come with them. But on the way, the man tried to turn his horse and escape. The king's soldiers caught him and brought him back to the palace. When they reached, they found crowds gathered, cheering and congratulating the king. Confused, the king asked why. The people replied, "Majesty, the path you were supposed to take was filled with enemy soldiers lying in ambush. We thought you would never return. But you changed your route and saved yourself and us." The king turned to the so-called madman and thought, "He is not ordinary. He is special." He ordered a seat of honor prepared for him, declaring, "From today, he will remain with me." The courtiers protested, "Majesty, he is mad. Keep us, the wise ones, by your side." But the king silenced them, saying, "No, he is wiser than all of you. He saved us from certain death." The man sat proudly by the king's side, and thus began a new rivalry in the palace. The courtiers, jealous of their lost power, began weaving plots against him. But honor and disgrace come only from God. Later, in the royal court, these jealous courtiers tricked the man into slapping the king as a ceremony to begin the court. Naively, he agreed. The next day, he struck the king's neck, knocking off his crown. But from under the crown crawled a deadly scorpion. The king, realizing the slap had saved his life, embraced the man gratefully. "This man is the only one who truly loves me," he declared, rewarding him with a palace. The jealous courtiers burned with envy, but every plan they made against him only increased his honor. Another time, they tricked him into pulling the king's chair away. Again, instead of harm, it saved the king from a broken throne leg. He praised the man even more and made him general of the army. The courtiers, furious, hatched a bigger plan. They secretly contacted a rival king, urging him to attack. But in battle, the madman fought with bravery. Even when a lion attacked the enemy king, he fought the beast and saved his rival's life. Out of gratitude, the enemy king ended the war and made peace. The man's fame spread everywhere. His loyalty and courage won all hearts. Eventually, the king even gave him his daughter's hand in marriage. But the courtiers' jealousy never died. They still plotted, until one wise old minister told them, "Stop. Honor and disgrace belong only to God. If you kill him, his honor will only grow. Accept the truth, though he seems mad, he has been given a rare gift. Even if the whole kingdom stands against him, he will still win. So instead of fighting him, embrace truth yourselves." Time passed, and when the man eventually died, the courtiers returned to their positions. But the lesson remained. This story may sound like a fable, but it carries a great truth: never envy others. Success, rank, and honor come from God. If someone has achieved greatness, it may be due to their effort, their good fortune, or a special quality God gave them. So instead of envy, work hard, adopt good qualities, and stay truthful. History shows us, hypocrites and the envious never succeed. Victory always belongs to the truthful.